Eat, drink, sleep, crypto, Timo. Let's go!
If you haven't been paying attention to Animal Farm V3, I believe it's one of the most important things that is being built right now in DeFi, especially on BSC, because the adoption of a V3 liquidity pool is necessary to have efficient markets, and nothing like that exists on BSC. And we've built it in a way that really allows for very strong price appreciation, right? Putting the price appreciation of AFD and AFP and the utility that has very high demand and has the ability to generate very large cash flows first and foremost in this platform. And I would just say if you're in drip um, and you're not in AFV3, you need to get involved. You need to get interested because we're about to make a big splash. We have one of the largest, if not the largest, influencer marketing firm on board. Uh, we're in the process right now of hiring someone to work full time in partnership acquisition. It has one of the strongest utilities I see in any project, one with very strong demand that has the ability to generate very high cash flows that in V3 goes specifically to appreciating the price of our native assets. And that is going to be accompanied by reducing the inflation rate of AFP and AFD by more than 70%. And that's because rather than relying on AFP and AFD to pay out the APY, V3 allows us to pay out that APY in the third-party tokens that are staked, right? BNB, USDT, wrapped Bitcoin, wrapped ETH, Cake, etc., right? And the AFD and the AFP only act as a vehicle to allow for people to purchase a share ownership of the platform and earn a share ownership of the platform through participation. And we've designed the economics of V3. So for every $15,000 worth of AFD that is being paid to a liquidity provider, that is because they just generated $20,000 worth of value through their liquidity position, which went directly towards buying and adding liquidity to the AFD token. And then you would think, why would someone do that? Why would someone join this system where we're taking 20,000 of the funds that they just earned as a liquidity provider, utilize it to buy AFD, and only pay them 15,000 worth of AFD? And the reason for that is because our ability to optimize and compound their position increases the yield that they can earn by a factor of 8 to 10. So essentially, you add wrapped Bitcoin USDT liquidity to PancakeSwap as a manual liquidity provider and earn 15, 20, 25% APY, right? So you add $100,000, you earn, whatever, 10,000, 15,000, 20,000. You add it through our range optimization protocol, and now you're earning 120, 150, up to potentially 200,000 in APY. And now, out of that, say 150, 20,000 of it goes directly to buying our native asset. And then, out of that 20,000 in native asset that was just bought, 50 are distributed to that liquidity provider. So, the value proposition, the addition of value, is coming through the range optimization and the ability to massively increase the fees, both through compounding and through the optimization of the liquidity range. So it's a trade-off of I can earn 15, 20,000 as a manual liquidity adder, or I get an animal farm and earn 150, 200,000 AP in yield for my APY. And that allows us to take a share of that massively increased trading fees that they were able to earn, use it to buy back our native token, and then distribute them a small amount of what was bought back as essentially loyalty points or participation points to get them a path to ownership of the platform. So we're very close. On Tuesday, we're going to vote whether we're going to replace BUSD with BNB in the system or USDT. I think mostly everybody is leaning towards BNB, including me. We're going to have that vote open for a week. Then when that vote ends, we're going to announce the launch date. And we got a lot of big influencers that are on board that we're just waiting to have the launch date public to get them, to start doing those interviews and start doing those Twitter spaces, etc. And as I was saying before, we just hired, or I should say we're in the process, right? We got 2 or 3 people that we're considering bringing on specifically to work full-time just on partnership acquisition. So, yeah, guys, if you checked out Animal Farm, V2, or you were in Manor Farm and you kind of stopped paying attention, you've only been paying attention to drip or whatever, now's the time to really get involved, because the foundation that we built for Animal Farm is about to have that massive utility added to it, and that really brings the whole economics of the system together.
Eat, drink, sleep, crypto, Timo. Let's go!